Right now, I'm expecting to be in there, but I think we're going to do an X-ray and kind of see how he comes in tomorrow.
Is it a certain finger or?
It was his ring finger on a thumb hand. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I would just kind of want to get your. Obviously, you were not going to let Gosselin stand there very long. You seem to be a little. Well, you tell me. What did he look like to you?
He wasn't sharp. Got behind some guys. Before started with a good bat, got him out. Then he fell behind Soto. He walked Machado, and I just think that he just wasn't sharp getting behind. Stress in the first inning. Second inning gives up a couple hits, and then I just felt at that point in time we had the length with 80, and it was time to
easy.
How do you, as a manager, or what do you do with guys who did not face adversity in terms of standing or record this year? Like, how do you communicate with them? They know what's going on, but what do you say?
Well, I think that there's not going to be a rounder tonight or tomorrow. There's a lot of guys in that clubhouse that have played in do-or-die games. So it's not a situation where I expect us to panic. We got to play good baseball. And like I said, Musgrove's going to be ready. Tyler Anderson will be ready. And offensively, we just got to come together and push some runs across. But as far as the mindset and the mentality, we have a lot of guys that are running. We got to play good baseball. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's some fanage there. Oh, here we go.
I will take our first question from Bob. Start with Kevin here in the front.
How badly do you not want to go back to LA and get this done tomorrow?
Too badly. I mean, you saw it out there. It was a pretty good atmosphere playing. They had a big say in what went on today too. I mean, it felt like the last couple innings there was so much momentum in the place that it was hard not to get it done. Obviously, pitching was unbelievable tonight. Pretty much inspired the whole game. So a lot of fun tonight. Pretty similar probably tomorrow night as well.
What were your deliberations internally to keep Blake in there for the sixth?
Well, I was confident where, at times his mechanics weren't great. He wasn't throwing the ball where he wanted to, but it was still explosive and they weren't hitting him. So I was going to give him a little rope there. Once the Muncie at bat came up, I was ready to do something after that. But, we still had some game to cover. He still looked like his stuff was good. And, this is probably as well as he's battled all year. To get a win like this and, throwing a lot of pitches. These games sometimes get away from him a little bit. He wouldn't allow that to happen. Ended up pitching long enough to win and the bullpen took over.
The bullpen, I feel like it's like a broken record. They haven't allowed a run in 3 games, and it's just, did you see this coming, this type of performance?
Well, look, we have a good bullpen. I think anytime you hold the lineup like that down, like we have here, that's hard to do. So, but we feel like it's a really deep bullpen, a lot of power arms, pitching well toward the end of the season, into the postseason. Inspired even a little bit more. So you're seeing a lot of 100-mile-an-hour pitches from us. I think 3 guys threw 100 today for us. It doesn't happen very often. When you're locating, it's tough to score those guys up.
Going into this, it was about not having the home game in the playoffs with the crowd since '06. Did you imagine it would be like this?
You had an idea, but maybe not like this. It was like this before the game started. So it was like this in pregame, during the introductions, all the way throughout the game. So there are going to be a lot of hoarse voices coming back tomorrow. But to keep up that pace the entire game, that was pretty cool.
And was that a huge help for your guys?
Without a doubt. Especially as the game went along, one hit could potentially throw the game the other way. So Yes, I would say all our relievers, felt that. You don't see, like I said, you don't see 100 miles an hour often, especially out of 3 guys in a row. So I'm sure it had a big say in it.
Go to the back left corner.
Hey, Skip, staying on the bullpen, when you see it's going to be lining up for Garcia in the 7th, Suarez in the 8th, and Hader in the 9th, the way that postseason baseball is played nowadays, when he's setting up like that for you, how sense of, I guess, ease come over you, like, we got this?
One-run game against Dodgers, not, I wouldn't say ease, but it's set up that way. And, probably the hardest job today was Martinez, having to come in. Whenever you come in with, for the starter with his run out there, with his base runners, that's the one that's the hardest. So, we've been asking him to pitch quite a bit. I didn't want him to have to go more than, 2/3 there. Garcia had plenty of rest. Most of these righties coming up for him, so it matched up well as far as where it went. But, yeah, I mean, where are we without the bullpen right now?
And they add superlatives for postseason Trent Grisham?
Yeah, I feel like hit him in 4th. I mean, he's doing well where he is. Bottom of our orders, having a lot of production. We want to try to get some consistency throughout, but he has the ability to do these things. I think the thing that really is, incredible is where he's gone to at the end of the season, where he is right now in the postseason. This is kind of who he is as a player, but it was a tough road getting there.
Go back to Kevin in the front.
Do you anticipate all those guys like Suarez and Hader would be?
I would think. I mean, this is this time of season where we haven't really put too much on them this year. We don't pitch guys 3 days in a row very often. I think they're benefiting from that right now. We had a day off. They pitched today. It'll be 3 out of 4, but I think these guys are going to be looking forward to pitching.
Go to the gentleman in the back.
Skip, I know you guys were confident with Joe going tomorrow, but what you saw with the crowd, the way your bullpen is, what is the confidence level that you can close this series out tomorrow?
Look, we're trying to come out here and win a game. So we feel good about where we are. We played well. We've had games we scored some runs, had some games where we relied on our pitching. Joe, we feel great every time he's on the mound. Pitching in front of his hometown crowd tomorrow, I know is going to be exciting for him. Of course, we'll feel good going into the game.
As a former catcher, help us understand how difficult it is for Austin to do what he did and be on base, I think, 3 times.
Right. I think it's coming to a point now where offensively now he's got the catching part to where he's really comfortable with it. We've always thought that he was going to hit, and he's doing his best work at the plate here toward the end of the season into the postseason. So, it's quite a workload for him right now. He's going to catch again tomorrow, but he is playing his best baseball here at the end of the season when a lot of times catchers are run down.
I think our last couple questions are go ahead.
You're making history tonight. This is the first time that Padres win a playoffs match with people in the stands. We won 2 matches in 2020, but without people. What does it mean for you?
Well, everybody felt it. Everybody felt for the fans out there. They were rocking and ready to go the entire game. So being able to reward them, not only with a win, but in the fashion that we did it, where it comes down to the last pitch and they're a big part of it. I think it was kind of apropos the way the game ended with them on their feet the entire game.
Take our last question here in the room.
Given the moves that AJ made at the trading deadline and the idea that even though you were far behind the Dodgers in the standings, your organization had October in mind. Would you say that AJ is 1 game away from being a genius right about now?
He's done a great job with his roster. There's no doubt about that. So, look, we were thinking postseason in spring training, and then to enhance the roster like he typically does along the way gives us even a better chance. So, definitely hats off to AJ.
Thanks, Bob.
Right.
Bam, bam, bam. I like it. I like it. Oh, no worries. Tomorrow they should have the elevator. Oh, here we go.
All right, we'll start with Kevin here in the front row.
Hey, but your manager left you in the sixth inning, and you felt like you were still throwing. At what point did he let you know that, and what did that mean to you?
Yeah, no, it meant a lot. I know when I came in after the fifth, I thought I might have a chance to get taken out, but Bob lets us go. So he was just said, "How do you feel?" I said, "Good." So keep it. So yeah, I've learned to trust Bob, but he's just gonna let us go until he thinks it's time for us.
When you got trouble, sometimes is with walks. Tonight you didn't let that snowball. It's not the first time that's happened, but it was kind of important. Like, how did you keep it together?
I mean, I think I just, was focused on each pitch in the moment and not trying to think too far ahead or psych myself out on what I needed to do. Just each pitch, make the good pitch, and I trusted that the outcome would be really good. So it just kept it pretty simple.
You were curious about what the crowd would be like. So what was it like?
Yeah, the crowd was legit. It's probably the best crowd I've ever pitched in front of. Usually I'm used to pitching in front of crowds that are never cheering for us. So to have a crowd that cheers for us, that was pretty special. And there's been times here where it's special, but the energy was like, it was electric the entire time. Every play, every pitch. So that was pretty amazing.
Go to Matt and then the gentleman in the back.
Some guys say they block out the crowd. Obviously, you were very aware of it. Did they help you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. It didn't help me, because the first 2 innings, I was way too amped up. I was trying to throw as hard as I possibly could. I wanted to give, the fans everything and more. So I was kind of empty in the tank a little too soon. But then I said, let's calm down and start just executing pitches and not trying to throw hard so we can go deep into the ball game.
So that's one of the adjustments you made, was dialing it back.
Yeah, and just calming down, because you get really hyped up and you have a crowd that's that excited. And you want to do everything you can to make sure they're going home happy.
The bullpen, they haven't allowed a run yet this series. I mean, from your vantage point, what's happening?
It's executing, getting ahead, trusting their stuff. They all throw hard. They all have good stuff. We're just trusting it. They're throwing over the plate and making good pitches. When they do that, they're going to succeed at a high rate.
Go to the back row.
Blake, how satisfied are you with the fact that you were able to pitch the way you did and get the team a win, put the team in position to win and get that victory?
Yeah, I think winning, that was the most important thing. So I'll figure out what I liked about the start, what I didn't like. I'll tell you right away. I liked how many strikes I was throwing first pitch. I'll look at more, but I think the most important thing is we won, and we just got to keep winning. So however we can do that, I'm going to feel good about it.
What's the mood in the clubhouse right now, the confidence level of this team going into tomorrow?
It's the same it's been when we went into New York. I mean, we're starting to figure each other out. We're starting to really enjoy playing the game together. And we're a real selfless team right now, so it's pretty exciting. And for me personally, I'm excited to see what we can do tomorrow.
Go to the front row here.
And this is the first time that the Padres win a playoff game with fans in the stands. Being that pitcher who gave that drive, what does it mean for you?
It means a lot. You could tell from the second I walked out of the dugout to go warm up. It felt like a sellout. Everyone was in their seats already, ready to go. So you can tell how bad they want it. And we feel that, we know that, and we want it just as bad as them. So to be able to be the first pitcher, I mean, that's amazing, but it took a team, and I think that's the best part, is that we did that together. We won a 2-1 ball game against a really good team.
Anything else for Blake? We'll finish with Kevin here in front.
You haven't been one of the guys to pitch to Austin all year, but you have lately. What is it? You guys all want to throw to him. What is it about?
I mean, he just understands the game, understands the hitters. He's really smart. He's good behind the plate. He blocks really well. He catches really well. He's extremely confident. He's fun to work with. A couple things. Yeah, he's really good.
All right, thanks, Blake.
I think that's it.
crowd was the reason for that, but they definitely played a part for sure. It's a good team over there. I don't know, they play in loud stadium themselves, so I don't know if it'll be, if I would go as far as say that. San Diego really showed out tonight.
The gentleman in the back left.
Trent, got Garcia, Suarez, and Hader all coming in going 100 miles an hour. From your perspective out of the center field, what's it like to see just that much gas coming in one after another?
Yeah, man, we got about 2 weeks left in the season. We're talking amongst ourselves and just saying, if we get in this bullpen, we got a lot of faith in these guys. I mean, they're all starting to throw the ball well. Hader's starting to turn around. Lou had been doing it all year, and Suarez started to really show out. So then we have a multitude of guys before that. If we get in a jam with the starter, we've been talking about it all year. I mean, these guys, they really showed up and showed out, and it's awesome to watch.
The gentleman in the back row.
Trent, I know you guys were confident this weekend anyway, but what's the confidence level like right now in the clubhouse with the situation that you're in with Joe pitching tomorrow?
Well, I mean, we know that this Dodger team's going to come out tomorrow and they're going to be ready to go. So we know it's not going to be easy, but we have our, one of our guys on the mound that we really believe in. He's going to be pitching the whole city behind him, and I'm really excited myself to see how it turns out.
Anything else for Trent? Finish up here in the first row.
I want to know what were your thoughts when the ball was flying? What do you feel in that moment?
It was awesome just to put us up and give us a little more insurance. We knew it was going to be a tough game, so just to get that extra run felt good.
What would you say to the fans in order to, for tomorrow, for being with more noise?
Bring exactly what you brought tonight, bring it again tomorrow.
Any other questions? Thanks, sir.
Is that everybody, sir?
Yeah.
Is that everybody? Okay, thanks. Wait a second, Wait. She's at the PR staff, right?
Yeah.
Look, we had an incident up here. One of the fans tried to get in through that door.
Okay.
So we would like to know if we can have somebody on the balcony.
Yeah.
Because they were milling by all day, but one drunk student guy came up and tried to come in. So I actually had to personnel.
Thank
and
you.
it was just
Okay.
so yeah, we called security. I know that it's a shortcut, but what they're doing is they're using it as a shortcut to go from there to down and down to up.
Okay.
And again, it was just that one guy. Most of the people were just, it felt like a zoo thing. Like,
Okay.
look at the new.
I know. Okay, thank you. I'll
Yeah.
talk to them.
Thank you.
Thank you. I
that.
appreciate that. Hi. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, thank you. Good stuff. I'm glad they're letting us know. And it also means
Danny's the one I'm asking. Danny said he went and just shoot him an email or something. You have an email, right? I think you can send it to me. Yeah, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So I'll get to it when I can. It'll be before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course. Nice meeting you in person.
He came up before any of the press was up here. There was only one person up here.
right.
So we're waiting for the good night? Oh.
We got good nighted. I'm gonna do my
All right,
tape up.
I'll take care of all this.
Cool. You're gonna do
Do you
a
want to
breakdown
meet?
again?
Do we need to meet, or
No.
do you want me to see me downstairs, or?
No, actually, with the amount of hands we have on site tonight, we can go home.
Okay.
So.
I'll do the same thing with the camera now again. That actually popped.
Definitely, when that game ends, I think we should leave the white, take the white balance out. How fast they came in.
Oh yeah. That was yeah. That,
Hey, see you tomorrow.
minor set. Yeah, I'll just again put the camera over there, just unplug it, and get everything ready for tomorrow. And then after tomorrow,
The crowd noise came through a little bit.
that's all right. It's
No, but that energy is so exciting.
because that's a pathway out, so it's gonna be that. Again, I thought there was gonna be more people out here post game because again they're using this as a shortcut, and they're drunker now.
Still, I'd like it to look decent when they get it.
It's kind of dark, yeah.
Well, those keynotes are nice all day, man. That's been fun all day. So again, save the cards until tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it. No problem.
Oh, yes.